Food scarcity issues have become an increasing problem worldwide. However, there are possible solutions already at work, such as
the most simple definition of aquaponics is the combination of aquaculture, the raising of fish, and hydroponics, the soilless growing of plants, to grow fish and plants together in one integrated system. Let's break this system down. The fish produce waste, and then microbes convert the ammonia from the fish waste into nitrites and nitrates that fertilize plants. The plants utilize these nutrients to grow, and in doing so, filter the water before it is recirculated back to the fish. There are a couple different ways to set up an aquaponics system, but let's walk through the most simple setup. In this aquaponics system, the fish live in the rearing tank. Some types of fish that thrive in aquaponics systems include tilapia, trout, and catfish. Let's stick with catfish. The wastewater from the rearing tank gets pumped through a biofilter where the microbes can grow and convert the waste into usable nutrients for the plants. The water then gets pumped into the hydroponic subsystem. Some different soilless growing mediums that can be used in hydroponics include coconut coir, pea gravel, and expanded clay pebbles. Plants grow in these beds by absorbing excess nutrients from the water. Finally, the water filtered by the plants is recirculated through the sump and back into the rearing tanks. This would be a true closed ecosystem, except we do need to add food for the fish.
This might be something that we could do in Minnesota. Why isn't anyone doing it? Never heard of such a thing, Why not grow fish and plants together? And so I think the big draw is that, you can grow vegetables and fruits and protein sources here locally in Minnesota year-round. It's never going to be, the predominant one, I would say. It's just one of many options to grow plants and fish. So it's difficult to find reliable sources of fish, for instance, on a year-round basis. There's not too many fish companies around that will have sufficient volume of fish to supply, if you're going to set up a huge facility where you're going to get the fish from. They're going to come from some distant location. And there's all kinds of issues with shipping. Setting up and establishing systems is complicated and takes a lot of time. And so, you got to have a leak-proof system and all those kinds of things. So it's a lot of toying around with things and fiddling with it and getting the engineering and construction right and then making sure it's watertight and everything works and so forth. So, but it's a daily thing. You have to be in there all the time monitoring these things and you can't go away for a week and expect them to be fine when you come back because who's going to feed the fish? So we'll probably first and foremost take our course because that will tell you a little bit about the ins and outs, the complexities of growing plants and fish together, the biochemistry, which is all very important, and just basically how to produce things if you're not familiar with growing plants or fish. Because otherwise you'd end up killing everything and that would be a disaster. You could visit our website on it, which is just www.aquaponics.umn.edu, and that will give you some of the latest information, research that we're generating from the class and from our grants and so forth.
Twin Fin Aquaponics was an urban farm startup in northeast Minneapolis founded by a group of university students and recent grads. Unfortunately, Twin Fin decided to shut down their operations in November 2015 for financial reasons. We were able to connect with the co-founder, Catherine Cleric, to learn more about their experience with aquaponics. What were some of the greatest challenges you faced while working with aquaponics?
Making money. Traditional agriculture is highly competitive and very low margin. In order to make money, you either need to produce at a very large scale or charge more for the premium product. As a result, food is very inexpensive compared to the things like rent and salaries. You have to sell a lot of produce to make enough money to pay the bills.
If you had any advice for someone entering the aquaponics industry, what would it be?
Start small and work your way up. Focus on the financials. Make sure you can dedicate at least 40 hours per week to focusing on running the systems and developing the business. Talk to as many people as you can about agriculture, gardening, aquaponics, and anything else you find relevant. Get to know as many people as possible. You never know what kind of help you will need.
What role could aquaponics play in the solution for food scarcity issues within the Twin Cities?
I'm not sure that aquaponics is currently cheap enough to really solve food scarcity issues, but it can be used in schools to teach kids about science and agriculture and help grow healthy food for school lunches. It could also be deployed by neighborhoods with food scarcity issues as a way to grow their own food, but still probably cheaper for people to buy food from the grocery stores.
We were also able to find a local Indian cuisine restaurant, Gandhi Mahal, which uses aquaponics to produce fresh ingredients for their menu items. After observing aquaponics in these three settings, we hope to convey the significant potential of aquaponics as a possible solution to food scarcity issues, as well as an alternate source of food production and an innovative tool for businesses within the food industry.